Welcome to Inspire Soul's Words, your gateway to the wisdom of the Stoics. If you find this video enlightening, please consider subscribing. You could employ a strategy known as reflective listening. Instead of offering advice or taking sides, mirror their words back to them. For example, if they say, "I can't believe Sarah said that about me," you could respond with, "So, you're feeling betrayed by Sarah's words." This discussing uses their predicament as a permanent excuse, refusing to take any responsibility for their actions or lack thereof. You might find yourself entangled in their storyline, perhaps as the supporting character who constantly needs to rescue them. Let's say you've spent countless hours listening to a friend blame their endless string of failed relationships entirely on their ex-partners. Not only does this consume your time, but it can also subtly encourage you to adopt a similar victim mindset in your own life. So what's your move when dealing with a victim, especially when they might be someone close to you? One unconventional but effective method is to ask them open-ended questions that encourage them to reflect on their situation. Instead of offering solutions or becoming their perpetual problem solver, try questions like, "What do you think you could do differently in this situation?" Or "How do you see yourself taking control of this aspect of your life?" Another approach is to show empathy and kindness, but don't try to rescue them from situations they need to navigate themselves. Offer a listening ear, but refrain from becoming their perpetual problem solver. Remember the words of the Stoic philosopher Epictetus: "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injustice." If you find yourself getting sucked into the victim's narrative, resist the urge to become one yourself. Take control of your own game board, make your moves, and remember that in the chess game of life, being perpetually in checkmate is often a choice, not a fate. Keep your pieces moving forward, make strategic sacrifices when necessary, and play not for revenge or pity, but for growth and wisdom. 5. The toxic positivist, relentless optimist. The toxic positivist dismisses negative emotions and simplifies complex situations. They encourage you to just be happy during difficult periods, dismissing your feelings and experiences with a flippant wave of glittery optimism. Imagine your life as a garden. In this garden there are flowers, but there are also weeds and pests. A toxic positivist, however, insists on ignoring anything that isn't a blooming rose. They might say, "Don't let negativity into your garden when you're facing challenging times." While this approach may sound uplifting, it can make you feel invalidated and disconnected from reality. Suppose you're going through a tough breakup, feeling sad and confused, seeking some emotional balance. The toxic positivist's advice: there are plenty of fish in the sea, just smile and be happy. This sort of excessive positivity neglects the complexities of human emotion and the realities of life's challenges. How do you cultivate your garden without letting the toxic positivist trample it with their indiscriminate sprinkling of good vibes only? One strategy is to engage them in discussions that embrace both light and shadow. If they say, "Look on the bright side, at least you have your health," you could respond with, "Yes, I'm grateful for my health, but it's also okay for me to feel upset about this specific issue." Both can coexist. You can also employ what psychologists call emotional granularity, which is the ability to feel and differentiate between a wide range of emotions, both positive and negative. When the toxic positivist pushes you to just be happy, take a moment to acknowledge and label your nuanced feelings, saying, "I'm feeling a bit melancholic today due to reason, and that's okay," can be a liberating affirmation. In reference to Stoic thought, Seneca once said, "True happiness is to understand our duties toward God and man, to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future." Notice the balance: understanding duties, which aren't always pleasant, and enjoying the present. Stoic philosophy isn't about focusing solely on the positive or the negative. It's about embracing life's complexity with equanimity. So the next time the toxic positivist sprinkles their confetti on your carefully tended garden, take a step back, Remember that a garden needs both sunshine and rain to flourish and embrace your full emotional spectrum. Keep nurturing your garden with the richness and complexity it deserves. 6. The manipulator, Sly Puppeteer. Picture your life as a movie script. You're the main character and you have an idea of how your story should unfold. You know where the twists are, who your allies and mentors are, and what your final act looks like. But then enters the manipulator, the shadowy producer, who subtly rewrites your script without you even realizing it. Until one day, you find your storyline has veered off course. The manipulator is skilled in the art of emotional or psychological maneuvering. They might use flattery, guilt trips, or even deceit to steer you in a direction that benefits them. You might have a friend who always manages to get you to pay for dinner by saying something like, "You know, I've been having a rough month and you're so successful, it wouldn't mean much to you, but it would make my day better." Over time, you find that your generosity has been taken advantage of. However, calling them out feels uncomfortable because they framed it as a favor to a friend. Handling a manipulator can be a tricky business. One method to counteract their tactics is what some experts call fugging. This technique involves agreeing with any truth in the manipulator's statements, but refusing to be moved by emotional coercion. If they say, "You're so successful, you should cover dinner," you could respond with, "You're right that I've been doing well, but let's split the bill as we usually do." Another approach is to set clear boundaries and enforce them. If the manipulator wants you to lend them money or commit to tasks you're uncomfortable with, learn to say no assertively. Keep your tone calm and your words clear. "I can't lend money, but I'm here to offer emotional support." This sets a boundary while maintaining the friendship. Draw inspiration from Stoic thought. Epictetus warned us, "We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them." The manipulator thrives on your predictable reactions. They manipulate your kindness, your guilt, or your desire for approval. By choosing to respond differently, you're taking control Stoic philosophy. Your engagement and commitment to Stoic principles contribute to a community of individuals striving for wisdom, courage, and a life well lived.